And if any of them say the secret word, the duck will come down and pay him $100.
Groucho will tangle with our first contestants.
Tangle? What am I, a piece of flypaper?
Thought I almost got through it. Groucho will meet our first contestants right after this important message. Cantonwine and Dr. Paul Saltman are standing by to talk to you, so folks, come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. Ow! Welcome to You Bet Your Everything. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100.
What is it?
Oh, well, we can't tell you yet. K. Cantonwine and Dr. Paul Saltman or Saltzman, do you? Saltzman?
You call me whatever you like. It's Saltman, though.
Saltman. What kind of Cantonwine and what kind of wine is that? I've never heard of it before. Is that made out of grapes?
Well, you may have heard of my father, who's a famous wrestler, Howard Hangman Cantonwine.
Oh, yes. Well, do you inherit any of your father's talent?
And he isn't made out of grapes. Well, no.
I mean, for wrestling? I mean, do you like to wrestle?
No.
Have you done any wrestling at all? I mean,
no, not
well, there are a number of girls that do wrestle. I was thinking of a couple of new holds I'd like to show you. Would you be interested in that?
Well, I don't think I would, but I'm sure my father would.
Well, on with the show, huh? Are you married?
No.
Yeah. Any immediate prospects?
No.
Well, how come?
Let's see, I guess my work keeps me busy. Too busy.
Too busy?
Yes.
You're not married because your work takes all your time?
I guess that's it.
Well, how much time do you need to get married then? Don't they give you a coffee break on your job?
Well, so far...
What kind of job do you do that you haven't got any time for romance?
I have two businesses. One is called California Accessories, and one is Margie Webb Sportswear.
You're a big business tycoon, in other words.
Well,
the most unlikely-looking tycoon I've ever seen. Now, Dr. Saltman, just what kind of a doctor are you? Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Well, I am an animal, and I study plants, and I'm an associate professor at the University of Southern California.
What's the difference between an associate professor and a full professor?
About $2,500 a year.
Well, how do you get to be a full professor? Do you eat everything they put in front of you at dinner?
Well, you have to do that, and you can't dribble any soup down your tie, and you sort of got to keep your nose clean and write a lot of books and articles, and don't pinch any co-eds.
Wait a minute. You said the secret word tonight, which is book. So you each split $50. You each get $50. And speaking of books, my book is on sale at all the bookstores and department stores in the United States. This was pure coincidence. This wasn't done deliberately to have the secret word book. But I'm very happy that it happened.
Can I plug some of my articles in the latest Journal of Biological Chemistry, hot off the newsstand?
Yes, you certainly can.
It's a big seller. I think about 10 people read it.
You look like an educated Jerry Lewis.
Is that a compliment?
I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not either.
I'll have to discuss that
Certainly
with my
not
lawyer.
Mr. Lewis.
What subject do you teach at...
Well, I teach biochemistry.
I bet you have a lot of females in your class, though, eh?
Oh, gee, I wish I did, Groucho. That's one of my greatest complaints is the fact that, by and large, you know, most girls aren't interested in science, and so they wander off and, you know, become PE majors or something like that, and I don't get too many girls to come to be biochemists.
Well, there's something wrong with the girls, that's all I can tell you. Now, biochemistry is a very good subject, Doc. Could you say a few words for us in biochemistry? Just so we know what it sounds like?
Well, Groucho, biochemistry isn't a language.
It isn't?
You know, it's a science, and we study all about, you know, cells.
Well, is the science of living cells interesting? And try to keep in mind that you're talking to a man whose cells are in desperate need of recharging.
Well, all right. Let's take a, I doubt it. Let's take a muscle cell, you know. And,
Thank you for that dubious compliment.
Well, we're going to take a single muscle cell,
yes,
and we're going to worry about what causes this muscle cell to twitch. And we're going to learn that, by golly, what it is the interaction.
Very simple. Just look at K and you twitch all over, huh?
Well, you see, now this is a very interesting phenomenon. For example, you see a beautiful girl, and everything that happens to you in response to this, you know, A salt is a function of this chemical ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is a little tiny molecule which is just all chock full of energy. And all of the energy to make a muscle twitch, or you know, or the hormones to flow, or
well, twitch muscle are you talking about?
I'm getting that ATP. Yeah. Well, anyhow, no. The thing is, you got about 30 billion molecules of this stuff in your body. You're following this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm following you, yes, on my hands and knees. Well, you're really a way out, aren't you? Huh? You're a real cool man. I don't dig you. Well, you're a charming and interesting couple, and I'd like to continue this, but Fenneman, George, come out here. We have nothing obnoxious for you to do. Have you met Kay?
Yes.
And have you met Dr. Saltman?
Yes, I have.
Hi.
Well, you understand the theory of the game? The idea is to win $500, and if you get to that plateau, now that they're out of business, we can use the word plateau. Then you get a chance at the big money later, $5,000 or $10,000. But you have to win 500, but whatever you win here, you keep anyhow. Now these are 1, 2, and 3, and obviously they get more difficult when you get around the $300 ones. So you pick what you want, you alternate the questions.
Oh, you selected plants, animals, and birds, so pick your first question. No, here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's got to answer it.
Is this how you got this big factory?
Yeah.
It's pretty good if you can get away with it. This is for $300. What is another name for the plant known as belladonna?
Flowering nightshade.
Right.
And you now have $300, $200 more to go.
Thank you, pharmacist.
You're fabulous.
I guess it's the doctor's turn to choose
Take one, Doc.
question, which...
If they get harder from here.
No, well, you've got $300. That's a month's salary anyhow.
6 months out.
For 300 smackolas, from what plant do we obtain linseed oil?
Oh, I think I know that. But you go ahead.
Go ahead. So tell me. I think you're right. Go ahead.
Ooh,
Tell
really?
them.
Cotton. Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it says flax here.
Oh, really?
You just don't know the flax of life, that's all.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. I was not thinking.
You get cottonseed oil from cotton, and you get linseed oil from flax.
And you still have $300, 2 more chances to get 5.
Choose.
Don't give up.
This time I'll get it right. Gee, you better answer these.
How many stomachs does a cow have?
How many stomachs does a cow have? There's, I think 2, Groucho. Maybe 3, but 2.
Doctor, don't you know a cow has 4 stomachs?
4?
Sure.
Go for the $200. Give it to him.
Here, kid.
The answers are on there.
Oh,
Give it to
well, I
him.
knew it.
Now clear your brain, Doc, will you, and get your mind off cake.
I can't.
What do you call the lizard that changes color to match his background?
A chameleon.
Chameleon. Schlemielian, yes.
That's me.
That's you, a schlemielian. All right, at any rate, you have $500, so you get a chance at the big money later. So thanks for being here. It was delightful. You were both delightful. Bright, charming, witty. So, hasta mañana.
Groucho, Jerry Weinstein and a man whose only name is Atoon are anxious to talk to you, so folks, you can please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to your bet your life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. Your name is Jerry Weinstein and Atoon. That's you?
Atoon.
Oh, you're Atoon.
Atoon.
Oh, well, you look out of tune. Well, Jerry, that's you, huh?
Yes,
Is your last name Atrix?
No, it's Weinstein.
Oh, I thought it was geriatrics. No. You're a very attractive, tall, imposing-looking creature.
Thank you, Groucho.
How old are you?
I just turned 21.
You just turned 21?
Yes.
Well, you turned out fine as far as I'm concerned. Where are you from, Jerry?
I'm from Hollywood, California, and I've never been out of California either. Just been to some of the resorts like Palm Springs.
Are you married?
Yes, I am, Groucho.
No wonder you've never been out of California. Now, Anton, that's you, huh?
Atoon, yes, sir.
Is Atoon an Arabian name?
Lebanese.
Lebanese?
Lebanese. It's an Arabic name from generally heard in Lebanon.
Whereabouts in Lebanon were you born?
Well, I was born in Ohio.
How did Lebanon get into Ohio? Isn't Lebanon in Pennsylvania?
Well, I understand they have many cities named Lebanon here, but Lebanon
owns one someplace. I don't know where it is.
Lebanon is the modern-day Phoenicia. It's located in the Near East. And I was born in Latonia, Ohio, and then I was sent to Lebanon I was about 6 years old.
Why? Didn't they like you in Ohio?
I was the last in the family, and I guess maybe they weren't. There was 8 in the family, 9. And I was sent and educated there, and I lived with my uncle who was a trader.
A trader to his country, or just it wasn't Benedict Arnold, was it?
Yes, he was a merchant, and I used to travel with him, storytelling, to amuse his so-called customers, and I used to tell these stories. And
you were a Schauspieler, huh?
Ich bin ein großer Schauspieler, yes.
Yeah. How come you speak German?
As I say, since then I've traveled around the world fulfilling various jobs and occupations, you see.
Like what?
Well,
you say you pulled many jobs around the world? I mean, are you on the lam, Atoon?
No, Mr. Marx, I am not on the lam. What I've been involved in have been legitimate occupations.
Well, what sort of shady enterprise are you involved in at the moment in this country?
Well, for the past 5 years, I've been an ambassador of goodwill.
Are you the ambassador from Lebanon, Ohio?
No, I am ambassador for the foremost manufacturers of the finest products. I try to associate myself and represent the finest so that I can add to people's happiness by that, giving them the best of whatever's available.
Well, could you name one of your companies? Or isn't that safe?
Inshallah, God is willing, I hope it is. I have represented Swift & Company. They are the foremost meat packers of the world, and I sold Swift salami.
You sold?
I was known as...
well, what is the difference between Swift salami and slow salami? You mean this travels faster than Armour's salami or Wilson's?
With Swift salami, you make the dinner faster in the finest fashion.
I see.
I was known as Atoon, the Swami of salami.
The Swami of salami. That sounds pretty spicy, doesn't it, huh? Well, what did you do as the Swami of salami? Did you hang in a delicatessen store window?
Not exactly. I've never stayed one place long enough to make any enemies.
This fellow moves fast, I can see.
I greeted the public and...
Well, why do you leave so quickly, I mean?
Well,
and you are on the lam, huh?
Well, all I do in the market is I give them a sample, you see, and tell stories and entertain them and create goodwill between the manufacturer and the store owner and the customer.
Well, you have a charming
anyway.
You have a charming personality, and I imagine you're very successful at this.
Thank you.
You like him? You like him, too?
Oh, yes, he's very nice.
I didn't get the pleasure to meet her.
He kissed my hand.
You know she's married. And,
she's truly beautiful. He's very fortunate.
Yes, she is. He's very fortunate to get a girl like that. He might have got a salami. Well, for the moment, let's leave the Swami of salami and return to you, geriatrics. Now, you say you're married, so there must be a husband somewhere in the bushes. How did you meet him?
Oh, I was driving along Wilshire Boulevard, and he pulled up alongside me in his little foreign sports car and honked.
What was he, a goose? What do you mean? What did you do when he drove up and honked?
I honked back.
And did you fall in love right there in the middle of the boulevard?
No, a couple of weeks later we met at a swimming pool, and he came up and introduced himself.
Well, were you surprised when he...
Oh, kind of.
Well, if he honked when he saw you in the car, and this time you were in a bathing suit, huh?
Yes.
Can you imagine how he must have honked when he saw her in a bathing suit? Well, was this a common practice of yours to meet strange men at swimming pools?
No, well, he asked me for my phone number. In exchange, I got some identification, his business card.
You mean he carried his business card in his bathing suit?
Well, he had to go get it.
Did he ask you for a kiss on your first date on the boulevard?
Yes, he did.
And did you reciprocate?
I didn't know what to say, so I said yes.
Did it ever occur to you that there's such a word as no in our language? I admit in time it may be eliminated for lack of usage, but at the moment it is still in the dictionary. All right, Jerry, then what happened? He grabbed you, smacked you, and married you.
He was about to kiss me. My grandfather came out on the porch.
You mean he dropped you and kissed your grandfather?
No, we went around the block and then he kissed me.
Well, how soon after your grandfather left the porch did he pop the question?
Well, a few days later we took a ride to see the new foreign cars that came out.
Yeah.
And
He still had an old one, huh?
yeah, he still had an old one.
And what happened?
And he told me to stick out my hand, and he slipped an engagement ring on my finger. And
You stuck out your hand and he...
he slipped an engagement ring on my finger. And
You hear that, girls? Always stick out your hand when you're in an automobile. You can make a left turn, dry your nail polish, and get engaged all at the same time. Well, it's certainly been an interesting experience talking to you two, one that I'm going to try to forget as soon as possible. Now we're going to play You Bet Your Life, and George, come out, you're safe now. Come out here and explain how it works.
Well, I think somebody's already explained the game to you.
Then you know the game, huh? The idea is to win $500 or more, then you get a chance at the big money later. Now you can pick, it's 100, 200, 3. Now you got to win 500.
You realize, of course, the 300 are tougher than the 100 or the 200.
And any money you win, you keep anyhow.
So
you're really not gambling much.
I first?
4 chances.
Jack Meekin, are you out there?
Yeah.
You awake?
Yeah.
Well, go back to sleep, will you? Jack, play C for $200. ABC. What is it?
I'm not sure. I think When Love Came In,
Yeah, what's the title of the song?
that's my idea.
No. That may be your idea, but that's not the title of the song. It's A Magnifique by Cole Porter.
All right, we have 3 more chances to make $500 and get a chance at $10,000 at the end of the show. Another $200 question, Roger.
Another $200. They're very popular. They're going well.
They're going well,
They're
yes.
going like hotcakes. For $200, play A for $200, Jack.
April Love.
April Love is right.
You now have $200. And this could put you in the $500 category. This is a $300 question.
Yeah. It's E, Jack, for $300. What is it?
Tango something. I'm not.
No, it's Thumbelina.
Well,
It's from Danny Kaye's picture.
you still have $200, one more chance to make $500. And all right, this
Well,
is
if
it.
you get this, you'll have $500. Now, you selected D for $300. Okay, play it. What is it?
Blue Tango.
Blue Tango is right. You've got $500.
Yes, so we'll see a little later on at the end of the show, and you'll have a chance then to go for $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000.
Now, isn't this better than selling salami in a meat market?
Yogi Bar's salami is very good.
Yes,
It's better,
Atoon,
yes.
you're a nice fellow. And now, George, we have the wheel here. Let's see if anybody's going to win $10,000.
All right, Groucho. Both of our couples get a chance to try tonight, so here's our first pair, Kay Cantonwine and Dr. Saltman.
I've seen you two before someplace. Well, you know, this year, if you win 500 or more on the quiz, you get a chance to run your winnings for the night up to 2, 5, or even 10,000. So, One of you pick a number for $10,000.
I'll pick 8.
Pick 8, George. And Doc?
5.
5. 8 and 5. Now, if neither of these numbers comes up, you can run your winnings up to $2,000. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Turn the wheel. Well, the numbers were 5 and 8, and your number came 2, so this question is worth a total of $2,000. On May 21st, 1959, the Statue of Liberty celebrated her 75th birthday. For $2,000, who was the French sculptor who created the world's best-loved lady, the Statue of Liberty? Talk it over. What's the answer?
I'll guess, and I'm sure it's wrong, but the only French sculpture I know of that type thing would be Rodin, but I doubt
No,
it.
this is Frederick August Bartholdi, and very well known. You're a disgrace to USC.
Oh, you said it. I'm going to UCLA tomorrow.
Well, I should have. Well, I'm sorry you missed it, but you won $500, and the quiz, they won $100, didn't you, in secret
we
way?
did.
Oh, yeah.
So you each get $300. That's not too bad for a night's work.
That's wonderful.
Good night. And
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for coming up here.
Groucho, here are Jerry Weinstein and Atoon. They won $500 already. You come back now to try for the $10,000?
Well, congratulations. This year, everybody wins at least $500 in the quiz. You gets a chance at the wheel. And if you miss the big question, you still get to keep everything you've earned so far. Now, pick a number from 1 to 10.
6.
6. Put up a 6 for $10,000. Now, you pick a number for $5,000.
1.
1. 6 and 1. Now, if any number comes up except the ones that are up there, the question is worth $2,000. So give it a turn. Fly almost to New York in the time it took to do this. 6 and 1. Your numbers are 1 and 6, so this question is worth $2,000, if you get it. If it's not, let's see. Are you ready? Let's see if you stayed awake in school, or if you slept through your arithmetic class. For $2,000, tell me how many degrees there are on each angle of an equilateral triangle. A long time since I was in school. How many degrees there are in each angle of an equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle.
30.
No, you're half right. It was 60.
Oh.
So I'm sorry. So they win, how much did you win?
Well, they have 500 right now, and that's it.
Well, that's it. And thanks for being on
Thank
the
you
show.
very much.